Is Twitch gonna update? Maybe. Maybe not. Cool. So that was a part 1 and 2 type deal, wasn't it? Uh-oh. Maybe. Are we back? I think we're back. Cool, we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. My internet connection went down momentarily for some reason. Okay. Well, am I still... My internet connection... Okay. Still broadcasting audio, so... Sorry about that. Uh, Hopefully that didn't scare everyone off, but okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get back into things. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna say reset object, and then we're gonna go ahead and do this again. Copy paste, and we're gonna say clear verbs. There we go. So let's let that compile. So sorry again for the weird interruption. In particular, that also sucks for me because it means that now when I export this episode, I've got to export it in 2 parts, and I hate doing that. All right. You gotta love it when your internet goes down temporarily for like 10 seconds, though. Not like I'm paying them tons of money every month for it or anything. Why would I expect consistent upkeep? Oh well. Let's clear that out. Come back here. All right. So now I can hit clear. And that nukes everything, which is what I wanted. So let's try hitting update again. A couple of keys. ID is wrong, but that's fine. Default is fine. We're going to go to take. Nice. So everything seems to be correct. Everything seems to work. We're going to go ahead and come back here. Let's real quick find all references. Dang it! Of course, it's done on the verb. I might have to redo that system a little bit. All right. So we do have it working. I guess that weird. I guess I don't know why it wasn't working before, actually, because it's exactly the same. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, maybe it wasn't updating properly because I didn't have the game manager in the scene. That would kind of make sense. So let's just as one final test because I want to see if Minify will work. I am curious, and I really want this to because it should work. If it doesn't, it's probably because it's my own JSON parser. But it'll be good to know either way is my point. All right, so let's go ahead and export this. And download this. And then put this in as keyring, I guess, 2. No, there we go. I was going to say, I need to put it next to the other ones. Okay, the only difference should be that it is now using minified output. Let's go ahead and try and put this in there again. We're going to put you in there. I'm going to say clear, and I'm going to clear that. We're going to hit update and cool. So yeah, it's my own JSON parser, which is great. So I'm going to have to fix that later. That's not going to be a thing tonight on the Devstream, though, because that would be a nightmare. Well, not really a nightmare. It's just more tedious. All right. So we have sounds playing through Fmod now, and we have them playing and easily grabbable from interactions. So, I suppose the next thing to do would be to figure out how to handle modifications to those sounds. So, I'm going to make an event in Fmod Studio that is going to take a parameter. I suppose what we would want to do is, let me think. I'm going to have a rock. So I don't want to put this in test. Let me think of what sound effect I can just kind of do. Thinking through all the objects that I can sort of think of. I guess we would have, let's go to the castle level. We are going to have this be a new folder. This is going to be our bookshelf. We're going to create a new event, new 3D event, and I'm just going to call this hit. So let's go ahead and save that. And here is where things are going to get fun. So I'm going to rename this default. Let's go back here. We're going to say, I'm guessing there should be like impacts. Impacts, here we are. Wood. So we're going to try to find one that makes sense, and of course they're all pretty generic. That doesn't make sense. I don't need it to be wood, I guess. My test case was essentially going to just be like you hit an object without specifying an item, and that will just play a normal default sound. But if you hit it with a metal item, then it should play like a metallic sound. Jeez. Do I? Oh man. Let me think. It might be premature for me to work on this. Because there are a variety of approaches that I could take. One would be simply to have what I currently do, which is I have my item checks, which is basically if you try to use a specific item with a specific verb, then it will give you a unique output. But it should still play the audio for that particular verb. But we would want to apply modifications to that, which complicates things because then I need to consider situations in which I want to play not the same sound with modifications, but potentially a brand new sound, which is very troubling. That means I need to figure that out. So we might come back to that then. I'm not sure what else I can do tonight, though. That was kind of my plan, and I just hadn't thought that through enough. Okay. Well, oh man, I'd hate to end early, like by about 30 minutes, just because I know I'm not going to be dev streaming on Thursday. So, harumph. Okay. Um, I suppose we could go ahead and try to handle automatically associating our transforms here. So let's do that real quick, because that'll give us something interesting to try. Let's go over here to get rid of item. We can go to output audio. So I guess I'll go ahead and say transform position is equal to null. And I'm just going to say is equal to position here. Okay. And now, when I come to this, we are going to, so this is in verb, and that is called from interactive object, which specifically is called when we do refresh or update. So let's go to definition here. We're going to go to from JSON, go to definition, and you can see here that when we do our verbs, we kind of go through and do all of our new verbs, which is fun. Because in here, I probably should paste in transform information. So we're going to go ahead and say transform. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let me see, find all references. Okay, so that's only done in that one spot. That's good. So I'm going to go ahead and say transform object transform is equal to null. And this is where it gets a little awkward. Oh, not just a little, it becomes infuriating. Because that means that I have to store this right there, and I don't want to do that. So, okay. Okay. I guess for now that's what I'll do. I'll come back through and clean this up. Privat, private, transform, object transform. Okay, we'll say this dot object transform is equal to object transform. That will let us store that information, and then we can use it when we're creating our output audios. So that means I'm going to come back down here, and I'm going to say, no, hold on. Value dot to lower. Get audio dot get string value. Interesting. Not entirely sure why. Get string value. Oh, this is the JSON array. I was like, why is it? Okay. Out audio is our JSON. All right, fine. So this is going to pass in our object transform now. So that means that now when I update this, it should set this transform automatically to be the keys object, which will be nice. I'm hoping that this doesn't do null comparisons because that would be quite embarrassing. No, it should be fine. So let's go ahead and let that compile. There we go. I can't get back to Unity. Oof, this is a little rough. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and let's do a hard clear. Let's do an update. And it did not do it. Okay, interesting. Why not? Is this because Unity is doing that really annoying thing where it does actually work, but it refuses to update the first time? No, that time it just did not work. Okay, so let's go. Oh no, it's because I haven't. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and say transform. And while I'm at it, since I'm in here, I might as well come up all the way up here and make sure that it's an actor, which is an SOS mono behavior. Good. Making sure. All right. So that should fix our problem because I forgot the most important part, which is, actually passing that argument into the function. So let's see. I feel like I need to give my avatar a loading bar whenever this sort of thing happens. Oh, that'd be really cool if it could hook into Unity to know when it's compiling. Oh, that would be amazing, but it probably can't do that. So that would be a bit of a stretch. All right, let's try this one more time. Clear, update, and boom! Yes! So we have our default position. So that's good. So now I don't have to worry about assigning transforms. Whenever I make a new object, it should populate the default values for them. Obviously, I would have to assign them if I wanted to have them be something other than the object itself, but that's a pretty simple thing to do. So, all right. So we might end a little early tonight, just because there are like three main things that I need to do right now, and those are like design how I want audio parameters to affect audio, And in particular, as like a subset of that, I need to figure out how I want to assign parameters in spreadsheet form, because it's important that everything stay parsable via spreadsheet. Otherwise, it becomes a nightmare for me to maintain. So that's the major thing that I need to do. The second thing is just to um, figure out why my JSON parser is not parsing minified JSON data, and I can pretty much guarantee that it's because when I wrote that thing, I was terrible. I've been meaning to rewrite my JSON parser forever, and I haven't. I've tried to avoid it because I know it's not a hugely amazing use of my time. In fact, it might just be better for me to switch to using Unity's built-in one, because that would be faster, I bet. Uh, and I know that it would work. Um, so there's those two, and then the third thing I need to do is I need to finish up some editor scripting, just because I have some custom editors that I've been for the most part making work, but they still need some final touches. So you can see, for example, that my verbs do kind of look nice. They have all of our wonderful functionality, but they're not quite finished. Um, so I'm still working on that, and I need to finish that up. So I think we're going to end a little early today then, just because everything that I have to do from those three topics is tedious and not particularly interesting for viewers. So I think we're just going to call it a night. So announcements. This Thursday, I will not be doing my Devstream because there is a local game dev event, and I will be going to that. So that should be fun, but that does mean that I won't be streaming. But I will be posting on Twitter about the event. And as for Saturday, I should be good. I don't think I have anything going on Saturday afternoon, so we should be doing our regular stream on Saturday. So it's just going to be Thursday that I'm going to be missing this week. Okay, so as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.